When I first came into this store in the fall of 1974, and the thing about this store is if you're just driving by it out on Long Beach Boulevard, it's so small. The storefront is so small, you think it's just another small little shop. Then you get in here and it opens up like the Grand Canyon. And that's what I was stunned with initially when I walked in here in the fall of 74. I just thought to myself, what is this?
Okay, so today, welcome back to the Florentino Building Company YouTube channel. Your outpost on the West Coast, out here in sunny Southern California. We're gonna have an interesting walking tour today. It's cloudy, it's winter time, it's cold. The sun only peeks out briefly, and the colors are kind of orangey and off. So not good video shooting weather. But I decided to shoot a real. How about we shoot a real quick interesting video of something that's no longer here anymore in downtown Long Beach, and that would be probably one of the most amazing sights I ever saw when I got assigned down here. And I'm going to share that with you today in this brief, quick video. But the place was called, there you go, it's called Bertrand. Just the name, just the title, the name caught my eye when I drove down here. And when I remember when I got assigned down here, my coworker back then at the time, many years ago, told me, hey, make sure you go down and check out that Acres of Books. I go, what's that? And he told me it's a cool bookstore. Anyways, the name Bertrand Smith, Acres of Books, which was an established um, a part of the community down here for many decades. And when I got down here, I got assigned down here, it was in its final last couple of years and in the process of closing. And I never did go visit it, even though I drove by it 100 times. But there it is, just the name conjures up. Now this video is going to be geared for the book nerds out there, which I am 100% certified book nerd. But just that name, look at that name, guys, you book nerds out there, look at that name and tell me that doesn't pique curiosity in your brain. Bertrand Smith, Acres of Books. What a neat, fascinating place. Guess he moved in here back around the 1960s in this old building that had been used previously as some sort of an automotive garage, a rental storage facility, or Dodge dealership, I think, at one time. But and we'll check that out in a little quick video right now. Uh, uh, this is what it looked like when I got here, and by then the parking lot, the asphalt was all cracked and worn out with weeds going through, and a lot of places where the asphalt was gone, it was just dirt patches. And the bookstore was kind of, the building actually itself was kind of just, excuse me, holding on. But it was in its final throes and in the process of closing. And this is how I used to look at it when I drove down, I think that's 3rd Street, to and from lunch or coming to work and stuff. And it's gone now. It's been gone for a while, and we're going to head out there. I'm going to show you what the site looks like today. There is one important trace of it still left, and we're going to film that today for you guys. And it'll be a quick video, like I said. And just the kind of place we all love to, since I was a kid. I can tell you one thing. I was in the 2nd grade, and I used to like going to the little library we had there in our elementary school. And the teacher once told me, hey, I spoke to the librarian. She saw you have interest here. Would you like to work for an hour a day in the little library there? Now I was a 2nd grader, and I said, sure. Sure enough, she walked me over there, and the library taught me the Dewey Decimal System and how to check out books and check them in. And I thought that was literally the best job I ever had in my entire lifetime. But here we are. That's what it looked like. And now that picture just snuck in there. It's I decided not to take it out, but this is what our local supermarkets, our Alpha Beta supermarkets, used to look at uh, once upon a time. I'm sure that picture brings back memories. Anyways, let's show you another quick video here real quick before we head out on our journey.
Guess what? This is our very own.
So that's what it looked like. We could go back to that picture. Go back. So it was some sort of a auto dealership or Dodge dealership, or I think I heard the guy here mention some sort of a automobile rental business for those coming down to Long Beach who had the money to rent a vehicle like this. Or maybe it was a parking lot or parking storage, who knows. But this outside storefront remained throughout its entire history, just concrete facade, I guess you would call it. And this Glenn E. Thomas and Company lettering would soon, not soon, this is from the 40s, would decades later in the 60s be replaced with just painted on lettering that said Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books. But literally you could see why it would make the ideal location to put a big gigantic bookstore in, because you remove all these cars here from the photograph, from the video still, and you see how huge and open that space is. Perfect for either a model railroad club or a bookstore. So in the 60s, the owner moved in 1960s, more or less, and that same facade, this is what it was modified into. You can see the Bertrand Smith Acres of Book lettering, painted on lettering onto the concrete itself, and that big giant opening for vehicles to drive in and out has now been replaced by glass doors and a storefront type situation you see there in the video. Now at the end here, the building is gone, but they replaced it with a modern high-rise. It's housing, and it is a high-rise. We're going to go out there and check it out. But the builders decided to save that front concrete entrance or facade there. And I remember I walked by there and they had braced it up with steel I-beams and stuff so it wouldn't crumble or fall apart as they started to do their construction. Demolition first and then construction. And that's where we're going to go right now. So none of this looks like this anymore. Trust me. We're going to go check it out right now. Let's see. Check out the rest of this video real quick. We'll try and take a shot of what you're seeing here, how it looks like today. I'll try and set up the camera kind of. Now in this shot here, you can see the main post office building, which we went into, I think, in the last episode, and we kind of walked inside it. That's in the background there, and in the foreground, you can see how it's poured concrete and rebar construction, and you can see the molding lines of the molds where they poured the concrete, probably back in the 40s or late 30s, which is that type of construction, what you would see a lot of down here in Southern California. I think that's about it. Well, folks, so without further ado, let me get set up and let's take a walk over to the former site of what used to be Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books building, and let's check it out, what it looks like today, right here on the Florentino Rebuilding Company YouTube channel, your outpost on the West Coast and sunny, not today, Southern California. And we'll be right back. Next, let's take a walk over there, film a little bit of walking for you guys who are used to my Long Beach historic walking tours, and give me 1 second. Okay, so we're walking to our location and we'll probably be there in about 10 minutes. But just some of the very, very interesting and eclectic sites. I think you've heard me say this before, especially when we did the Hugh Hauser flagpole video, is Long Beach, this is your city. You residents of Long Beach, or you former residents of Long Beach, you know what I'm talking about. Your city is so filled with rich history. Go out and celebrate it. I'm gonna capture as much as I can, as much as there is along my walks here. But don't let this disappear. Don't let this disappear and get brushed away or broomed into the dustbins of history. Go out and celebrate it. Do your own walking tours. Grab your own video cameras and go out and shoot your versions of all this. But anyways, wanted to share my pretty walk with you guys. We're gonna do another video after this one, probably in about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Another interesting video where history is tied into your city. So to all you naval aficionados, you World War II buffs, or World War I in this case, or battleship fans, next video we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys how Teddy Roosevelt's Great White Fleet is tied into the city of Long Beach. Not only tied into the city of Long Beach, but it unexpectedly left a big hunk of the Great White Fleet behind. So we're gonna capture that for you guys next week. It'll be another quick, short video, include a little bit of walking. But yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, that Teddy Roosevelt and his Great White Fleet, that history, that fleet is tied into the city, your city of downtown Long Beach. So I'll shut my mouth. Let's enjoy the walk. Believe it or not, when I first started working here, this right here used to be a Sizzler's restaurant. I used to love coming down here and have my Malibu chicken lunch special. It's long gone. That right there was a Sizzler's restaurant. And we're looking at the Johnny Gage from the TV series Emergency Building. At least that's what I call it. And I filmed what happened up there in two of their episodes many years ago. Okay, I'm going to pause it right here and we will be right back. Okay, folks, here we are. That's it. We're at the site of the old Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books. And this is what it looks like today on the corner of 3rd Street and Long Beach Boulevard. The former location, or the location where the Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books used to be, is on the southeast corner, right here in the intersection of 3rd Street and Long Beach Boulevard. And this is what it looks like today. Far cry from what Mr. Bertrand Smith would remember. Let me pause the camera. Okay, so we're looking at what the current location of Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books looks like now. And like I said, right here is the original storefront, which they preserved. And right here on the left is the actual tower housing unit that they put up. But anyways, real quick now, the tower you see right here, the housing that has all the housing in it, that actually sits on what the asphalt, or where the asphalt parking lot was. It was a pretty big parking lot, and this giant tower takes up a good chunk of that. And the actual store building, where you see the preserved storefront, is still in its original location, only it was several hundred feet deep, where now it's broken up. The front is some sort of store or charitable store, and the back, who knows what that is. But it all belongs to the housing unit you see here. Anyways, let's give you a little bit of history. So Acres of Books, Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books was a large independent bookstore in downtown Long Beach, California. From 1934 to 2008, the business was founded in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1927 by Bertrand Smith. So originally they came from Ohio back in 1927. Wow. In 1934, Smith moved to California and established a store in Long Beach. He moved to the current location, this current address, at 240 Long Beach Boulevard in 1960. Now, Acres of Books was the largest and oldest family-owned second-hand bookstore in California, claiming to have in stock over 1 million books. In 1959, Smith gave to the people of Long Beach a collection of rare books. So 1959, before he moved to this location, but he was in Long Beach, Bertrand Smith gave to the people of Long Beach a collection of rare books, some dating back to the 15th century. Included in that collection is a two-volume facsimile of the Gutenberg Bible, all of which is housed as part of the Lorraine and Earl Burns Miller Special Collections Room at the main branch of the Long Beach Public Library. Maybe one of these days we'll go check that out. We'll contact the library and see how we can get access to see that. In 1990, Acres of Books was designated a cultural heritage landmark by the city of Long Beach. Now this is one noisy intersection. I got to keep pausing the camera. But anyways, in its long history, Acres of Books customers included the following: Jack Vance, Upton Sinclair, Stan Freeberg, Gary Owens, James Hilton, Greg Bear, Tim Powers, Thurston Moore, Mike Watt, Paul Schrader, Fran Libowitz, Robert Easton, Eli Wallach, Diane Keaton, Larry McMurtry, and most notably, Ray Bradbury, who immortalized the store in his essay, I Sing the Bookstore Eclectic. Robert Bloch name-checked the store in his 1978 novel, Strange Eons. Now, Acres of Books closed on October 18th, 2008. The owners sold the 12,000 square foot property to the Long Beach Redevelopment Agency for $2.8 million. Subsequently, the redevelopment agency was dissolved by order of Governor Jerry Brown. There was a one-time proposal to develop the site as an art exchange, but nothing came of that. As of late 2023, the premises was neatly maintained, but displayed no commercial signage. And that would be that location there. So anyways, we'll cross the street. Let's get a close-up view of what the location looks like today. Be right back. Okay, folks, so here we are. We're standing at the site of the former Bertrand Smith's Acres of Books location. The building does not stand anymore, but they did preserve the storefront, which was poured concrete. And this is what it looks like today, minus the writing. Beautiful. I do not see any trace of the lettering or the black paint peeking through. Unfortunately, that would have been neat. That one photograph, you could still see and it's correct, you can see it here. You can see the mold lines where they poured the concrete, and there would be rebar in there and stuff. And just like the photograph, still there. And right here, you can kind of gain a sense from this shot of how long the building would have been. Keep in mind, this is brand new construction here. None of the original exists today, but it would have went all the way down there. It's a separate building. There's a walkway through there, as you can see. And this is the newer building we're looking at today. But none of this, other than the storefront, is original. And the tower you see in the background is sitting on what would have been its parking lot. Hi everybody, I am here with
Serena from Long Beach.
Serena from Long Beach stopped me as I was filming the former Bertrand Smith's location, and she had wonderful things to say about the city of Long Beach. And how long have you been living here, Serena?
I have been in Long Beach returning back in 1993, but I came here in 1965.
Wow, wow. What is your favorite thing about the city of Long Beach?
I can walk. I can walk.
Yeah.
And the Long Beach bus system is the best bus system that we have.
Okay.
I come from the East Coast, and can nothing stop Philadelphia's bus terminals. But this one, I have to admit.
Well, besides the bus system, the actual city and the people and the buildings, what do you love about the city of Long Beach?
The contentment.
Beautiful.
The contentment and the universities that we have.
Beautiful.
The cultures are mixed. There's such a sanctity of union here in Long Beach, because I'm from Central Long Beach. I'm not from the north side, I'm not from the west side, I'm Central.
You hear that, guys? That's our favorite part to film.
Central Long Beach.
Yeah.
And I love it.
What is where is your favorite place to eat in the city of Long Beach?
Shoreline. Lighthouse. Shoreline, the
Okay,
lighthouse.
okay.
Yes.
If you were able to, and you're going to, because the internet is worldwide, what is your message you want to send to the young people of today's world?
Get out and walk. Pause. Take an understanding of where you live, and then enjoy where you stay.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for joining, but before we go, I'm insisting on a huge hug.
Thank you.
God bless you,
God
okay?
bless.
You take care.
I shall.
So we'll finish up shooting here, the former location of Bertrand Smith's acres of books. And this is what it looks like today. Now, this would have been the parking lot here, and this giant tower sits on the actual parking lot location. We'll just take a quick walk around this perimeter just to show you guys what is not here anymore. And there's that main central post office. And this is the site, what it looks like today in the year 2026, of the former Bertrand Smith's acres of books that stood here for many, many decades. And it's something that we're probably never going to see ever again in our lifetimes. So that was just a quick walking tour mixed in with a wonderful resident of Long Beach sharing her little story, her history, and a site of what used to be here once upon a time. I would have loved to have walked into Bertrand Smith's acres of books and just spent hours every day endlessly just reading whatever caught my eye. And I know you guys would have also. But Long Beach, this is your city. I've said this many, many times. What a wonderful city. I'm not gonna be here more than 2 years from now. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna retire, go somewhere else. I'm not from Long Beach, but I work down here. This has been a wonderful community that has given to me, and I have in turn served them to the best of my ability. And this is your community. You're only young, you're only alive once, and that's right now. Grab your honey, grab your buddies, grab your friends, grab your neighbor, grab a complete stranger like you see me pull off the street, and just grab your camera and film what belongs to you, your city, you, the residents, the beautiful, wonderful residents of Long Beach. This is all yours, man. These 100-year-old brick buildings and stuff, this belongs to you. I'm just kind of whipping out my cell phone and filming it for you guys. But anyways, thank you for joining me right here on the Florentino Rebuilding Company YouTube channel, your outpost on the West Coast in sunny, but not today, Southern California. You all take care. But remember, my next video, we're gonna tie the city of Long Beach to Teddy Roosevelt's Great White Fleet. Yes, that Teddy Roosevelt and that Great White Fleet, and how the Great White Fleet unknowingly and unwantedly left a big chunk of itself right here in your city, the city of Long Beach. You all catch that next video probably in about a week or so. You all have an amazing rest of your week, but most importantly, you all have a blessed rest of your week. You all take care.